They are talking shibiri.
Let's talk about the dark secrets in the showbiz industry in Nigeria. Welcome to my podcast section, Karenayou Talks, and also to my YouTube channel, Karenayou TV, for those watching me from my YouTube. This is the second time I'm doing this video. The first time I did the video, I was about editing it, but then my laptop crashed due to my carelessness. And then when I spoke to my repairer, he told me that it's going to take time for your laptop to come back to life. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let anything stop me or drag me backward. I'm going to do this video all over again and speak my mind and also say my truth. So it's all about Mohbad for the past couple of days, and it's getting to weeks. And Mohbad's death has been triggering a lot of things and exposing and revealing a lot of secrets. For those of you who do not know who Mohbad is, or trying to understand what the Mohbad situation is all about, let me just give you a brief summary or story of the whole Mohbad situation. Mohbad is a Nigerian musician that was signed under the record label of Malian Record, which is owned by Naira Marley. He's actually from Ikorodu. He was born and brought up from there, from little research I did, and he actually shared most of his videos, and his videos went viral, and that was how Naira Marley saw him and put him in the record label. Now everything was going smooth, sweet and nice until sometime last year, I think October to be precise if I'm not mistaken. Mohbad shared a video on his page saying that just because he refused to join, or just because he said he wants to leave the Malian Record and that, or he wants them to change his manager, the people in the Malian Record and Naira Marley and the rest of them beat him up. He brought evidence, pictures and videos, and we saw it. And then he also summarized everything by saying that if anything happens to me, if I die, make sure you blame Naira Marley and the Malian Record. Fast forward to 2023, they just put the news that Mohbad is dead. Now, first of all, when Mohbad shared that video and all those things about how he was being treated, and Naira Marley came to say, oh, Mohbad is biting everybody and all that, I didn't see some truths in it. But in Nigeria, we just look over things, no investigation, no law, nothing, and everything will just die down like that. So when I saw that Mohbad is dead, the first thing that came to my mind was Naira Marley. And I was not mistaken. When I went on Twitter, Naira Marley was, Twitter, I used to say Twitter. When I went on X app, Naira Marley was already trending, and then different stories and revelations started coming out here and there, and that was how most of the dark secrets in the showbiz industry started coming out. Now, videos of how this guy was being treated, how some certain Samilari guy was molesting him, how they've been plotting him. In fact, according to him, he said they don't put him in events anymore. His show promoters, anytime they contact his record label, the record label will say that that guy is not well upstairs. According to Naira Marley, he said he takes drugs and all that. But most of the secret that were revealed shows that Naira Marley is actually putting most of the people, or everybody that comes to work with Naira Marley, they have one bad experience. He even end up ruining the life of a certain DJ Splash. He introduces them to drugs, and it now looks like this is not even a record label but a drug cartel where they just do drug business, but they just use record label and music to cover up everything. Another problem we have in this country is that we glorify a lot of rubbish. Sorry to use that negative word. We do not like to say the truth. We like to celebrate what is not right. For example, this whole Naira Marley thing, a couple of celebrities have called out Naira Marley for his ugly behavior. In fact, this thing brought out some of the things that Naira Marley did in the past, how he has attacked and assaulted people, how people condemned him, and he still went as far as attacking them. We always glorify what is not nice, and that is why whenever something like this happen, the negative impact, we don't like to speak out about the negative impact of the negative things these things are doing. It's only when some big problem, or maybe somebody eventually dies, that is when we'll now begin to see, this thing that we are glorifying, this thing that we are celebrating is not good though. So I just hope that we can start learning how to speak the truth. Well, the institutions, you're the problem. If people can be reporting and you're not doing anything, you're also the problem. People need to do better. Am I surprised about all these things that is happening? No. is showbiz industry. A lot of secret things, like terms to say crazy things are happening. A lot of crazy things happen in the showbiz industry. In fact, most of your faves you see that you admire so much, there are a lot of things that they do. If you even hear the things that they do, you would not even like them at all. They just use the showbiz industry to cover up the things they do, just to make it look like, oh, they are working. These people do not do what is right. They actually use the showbiz and entertainment stuff to cover up a lot of things. Naira Marley is just one of them. There are so many of them. These people come out to complain our politicians are bad, our politicians are bad. I used to tell people that sometimes you don't even have to blame the politicians, it's the people. If the people are this wicked and hard, what do you think our leaders, what are you expecting from the leaders? The leaders are guiding you on what to do, but then the people are the ones that are corrupt, because a lot of crazy things are happening in the industry. Me, I've actually gotten my experience. Those people who know me, back then when I used to take my modeling career so serious, I had my experience. I remember complaining about something that was not beautiful, which was the truth. The following year when I came for that show, they did not pick me, and I'm very certain it's because I spoke out. I was very vocal about these things that were not right. That is why the following year they did not pick me. I could have even shared more. I think I'm even going to share that video. I did a video with my friend Blessing. We will talk about some of the ugly things that happen in the fashion industry. Okay, now some people are blaming the friends that why didn't they bring out these video scenes, why didn't they bring out all these pictures. As you can see, it took them time for them to even arrest the Naira Marley and Sam Larry when there are pictures and evidence showing where this guy was being bullied. It shows that our institutions are being bought. Aside from that, people don't like to hear the truth. When you start speaking the truth, you become an enemy. I have experienced it. If you start complaining that, oh, this thing is not nice, this thing is not beautiful, they will see you as a bad person. In fact, they will make you look like the devil, and they'll make you look like a bad person. And then even if you want to go and file a report to the police or the right set of people, they end up buying the institution. They buy the institution, they pay them money. Bribery and corruption works everywhere. Now, the people who own the institution, the question I ask you is that one day, what if your child becomes a victim? How will you be able to fight for your child, knowing fully well that you're always taking this paper because of 10 naira, 20 naira? They keep quiet. Even some of the celebrities, they cannot even speak out because it's also something they do. They don't live the right life. Some of them are doing ugly, crazy things. So the industry is corrupt. Every industry is corrupt. Fashion, entertainment, movie, a lot of things happen in the industry. Crazy things that happen that when you hear it, you'll be extremely shocked and surprised. Moving forward, how do we fix up these things? I don't know how it's going to be fixed up, but I feel like what is happening in the industry is very deep. The question is, people opening agencies, what qualifies them to open these agencies? I mean, we have lots of record label. Did they pass through a particular system? I think agencies need to be set up, government bodies need to be set up that will manage it, because right now the creative industry is really expanding. It's expanding to a point whereby they need to control certain things, because if you go on social media, there's some kind of content that comes up on social media that doesn't really make sense, and these people feel comfortable sharing out most of these things because there's no body, there's no organization, there's no institution, there's no agency guiding them. So at the end of the day, people need to create this body, because the bullying will still continue, the crazy things will still continue. If they cannot control these people, or if they cannot manage them, the situation is going to get worse. And then people now are doing all this candlelight thing. I'm not saying the candlelight thing is not bad, but when all these things were happening, I mean, people who have that extra power, why didn't they fight to make sure that, okay, this thing is not right? It's only when somebody dies, that's when things want to be fixed up. And I'm just praying that this guy gets the justice, because as it stands now, the energy is dropping a little bit. I just pray he's able to get the justice, and I just pray that our Nigerian police, they can do better, because these things are not right. If they are not able to fix it, one day it can happen to your child. How are you going to face it? How are you going to be able to fight for your child, knowing fully well that you're one of those people that is part of the corrupt and evil practices in our society, because you're collecting bribe and all that? How long are you going to continue? To the creative, I think the creatives, you guys need to do better. I feel like one thing every creative should understand is that life is a process. When they gave birth to you, you didn't just come out already made. You went through stages. You started from crawling to walking. From walking, you started developing things. You started having deep voice. Your breast started coming out. Your yansh started coming out. Everything started coming out. Everything started developing. All these things went through stages and process. So if you feel like you want to get into somewhere and you feel you want to make it immediately, it doesn't work that way. Whenever you want to go and get yourself involved in anything, make sure you do a proper research. Do a proper investigation. If you cannot do a research, read about these things. Try to get knowledge. Meet people that have advanced and try to see how you can learn one or two things. Don't just see something because of the sugar coated thing that you've seen. You want to just jump into it. One thing you also need to know is that all that glitters is not gold. If you see something shining and it's gold, still investigate. Go deep. Ask questions, do research, read books, go for training, build yourself, mold yourself, make yourself look like somebody that is ready to put in the work, the brand. Don't be too carried away, because they entice those who do not have anything. I feel so bad that they go to the poor areas, because the people that the Naira Marley is going for are the poor people that know nothing. But it's always good to ask questions. This idea of I want to blow, yes, you want to blow. Have you gone through the process? Have you learned? Have you understood? Have you known how this thing works before you jump into it? These are the things that you need to do, and I can assure you, before you even get into the hands of these people, by the time they want to play pranks on you, you tell them this is how this thing is being done, this is what I know. They will not just come and use you like that. I'm very sorry for what happened to Mohbad. I believe that the Mohbad thing has made us to learn and understand certain things about life. I just hope that things will be done the right way, and I also hope that you yourself, you will not be desperate. I've said so much. I think I have a lot of things to say, but then I just have to stop here. I will see you in my next video or in my next podcast section. Until then, try as much as possible to live a simple life. Live your truths. Don't even fall for all these people that come on social media. Most of them, they come and show you bling bling. They are not doing anything. They do a lot of crazy things, and then they come on social media to show you their crazy lifestyle. They show you the expensive things, their expensive lifestyle, knowing fully well that they are not even doing the right thing. They are doing the opposite just to make that money. Don't allow people to pressure you on this social media, because the fake life is on the rise, and is much. 90% of people that are coming on this social media, they are living a fake life. Live your truth. Look at me, very simple. Live your truth, and I promise you that you have peace of mind. When you live your truth, you have peace of mind. Grow with the process, the obstacles, learn to face it, and see yourself expand. Thank you, and please subscribe if you haven't, and follow this podcast. Thank you.